Joining me now is Nate Boucher, who's getting ready to fight this Saturday at NEF 41 against Steven Desjardins for the vacant flyweight title. Nate, what's up, buddy?
Not too much, man. Just getting out of work.
It's good to see you again. Last time I saw you was up in Orono, and we talked a little bit about this potential matchup, and here it is. I know you got to be excited to get in there and compete again for a title, especially against a tough veteran in Steve. Tell me a little bit about how this camp has been and how excited are you to step in the cage Saturday night?
This has probably been by far my best camp. I've been more disciplined with myself and my diet more so than any camp I've ever had leading up to this fight. But that being said, I knew something like that was going to have to come. Fighting a veteran like Desjardins, I believe he's probably the only fighter as an amateur at the weight class that is more of a veteran than I am. His debut was like 2011. Mine was 2014. I definitely knew that he's been around. He knows how it goes. His record shows that. He's got very tough wins, but I definitely feel like I've more than prepared for this time around.
Now, I see you're at the gym right now. I got to imagine camp is done. You've put in all the work. You're ready for Saturday night. So right now it's weight cut week. How much left do you have to cut?
I am 6 pounds out right now.
That's good. Is that better than normal or previous fights for you?
Put it this way, June, I missed weight. It was the first time I've ever missed weight in any weight cut I've ever attempted. I weighed 140 pounds today.
Oh, okay. So
last time around. Yeah. So I got down as low as 130 the day of weigh-ins. I'm 131 right now, a couple of days out. So my diet, I've stayed so much more disciplined. I knew I definitely didn't want to repeat that same mistake. It sucked, honestly, especially winning that fight in such a decisive way. But it happens, and I learned, and here I am. So I'll be ready.
What do you think is the toughest change or tweak that you've had to make to your lifestyle to put yourself in this position here to make weight here for a big fight?
Doing more than the scheduled class. There's definitely you got MMA on Mondays, Tuesday, whatever your schedule is. That's fine, that's cool, that's what a gym member would do. But to take a fight on a championship weight, you got to do more than that. And so I've definitely stayed active, try to get at least 2 sessions a day instead of 1. Running every day, all that stuff is different. I've not really ever done as much running and cardio workouts as I've done in this fight camp, and it's definitely paying off. I feel in incredible shape, and just staying disciplined to that and maintaining throughout the entire fight camp is just it's making me feel more and more ready for the next level. Maybe, I don't know.
Now, are you a sauna guy? Do you like to spend time in cut weight?
Yeah. So generally what I do is I'll go down to the gym behind CMBJJ, and I'll hit the treadmill for 20-25 minutes, and then I'll sit in the sauna for 15 to 20 minutes. I'll try change into some dry clothes and do it again, and then I'll come up to the gym and train. Like little stuff like that, rather than just getting out of work, going to get something to eat and rolling into class at whatever time,
Sure.
Little tweaks like that is definitely the championship improvements,
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, happy to hear that you're on weight and you're going to be making the weight for this championship fight. Now, you're on a 3-fight win streak. You've been looking really great back in the cage. We've talked a little bit before, as everyone knows. Where is your confidence at now from the last time I saw you? I got to imagine that each fight, each camp, you're just getting better, more well-rounded, and your confidence has got to be going up, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I definitely feel like I've been on top of the weight class for a long time as far as the 125 amateur level goes around New England. It's really hard to find, matchups local at this weight. There's a couple in mind that I have, but this was definitely one of them. I'm really happy it got to happen. Him and I are absolutely the 2 oldest veterans in the NEF at this weight class. So it's cool that I get to share this fight with him. You know, I have a lot of respect for him and his camp that he puts on, and I'm excited for Saturday night, I should say. It's going to be a good night. It's going to be a great fight, but you're going to see the hard work that I've been putting in. That's for sure.
Now, have you got to meet Steve in person? Have you got to size him up? And if so, who's the bigger guy?
I've never met Steve in person,
No.
really. I've seen him at weigh-ins. I don't know. It's hard to say. I definitely think I'm a lot more in shape than he is. I definitely think I'm a lot bigger of a 25er than he's ever going to face. I started from 155 in September, so it doesn't get much more than that for 125. I definitely think, as far as the athleticism go, I got him edged out there.
Mm-hmm. Now, you guys both have a common opponent in Dylan Henry. He was in a little bit of a submission there, it looked like, against him up in the Orono card, and then slammed him on the ground and separated his shoulder. You choked out Henry in the first round. Who had the better performance?
Well, I absolutely had the better performance. It was technique, you know. I went in there and I fought. I went in there and I took him down. I landed ground and pounds, strikes to make him expose his back, took his back and choked him out. That was technique. He got lucky. He was getting lit up. Dylan came out with some great combinations. Dylan got a hold of him for that guillotine attempt. And by the grace of God, for Steven, that Dylan's shoulder separated. That fight was off to a very quick start in the wrong direction for him. This time he's not going to get a separated shoulder, so we'll have to see what he does.
So I think it's safe to say, based on your answer, that you feel you weren't really impressed with Desjardins' most recent performance.
No, I feel like Dylan had a strong chance in that fight. It's a shame that he got his shoulder separated. Dylan's a tough guy. That guy's done nothing but ask for monsters ever since his first fight at the weight class. He's fighting all the best guys, and he came out ready for that one. And it's unfortunate his shoulder separated. And I'm not taking anything away from Steven. He came out there and got the takedown anyway. So that was good on his part. But I do think that fight was definitely going the way Dylan wanted it to go up until his shoulder separating.
Now, as you mentioned earlier, Steve's first fight was back in 2011. He's taken quite a bit of time off. Now he's back in the cage. Do you feel like that there's going to be some cage rust for him? I mean, he had that one fight. It was a very short amount of time. But do you feel like this is going to be something where he still has to kind of get back in and get his feet wet before he's going to be on the level that you're at, someone that's been competing on a regular basis?
He's a veteran, man. You can't take away someone's veteran status, and veterans know what they got to do. They know what they're signing up for. It's his 9th fight as well as my 9th fight. We both know exactly what we agreed to, and I think he'll be good to go. I think it was good for him to come out and get his rust out, maybe in that Dylan fight. I don't know. That's what we'll call it.
You guys both have a wrestling background, as you're mentioning, a lot of experience between the two of you, two most veteran fighters in this weight class here for NEF. What do you envision happening come Saturday night? Do you feel like you're just going to run right through him? I see a lot of confidence just exuding out of you, man. I kind of feel like you believe that you're going to go in there and get another first-round finish. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I'm going to go out in there and I'm just going to I'm going to outman him. That's my strategy going into this. I'm going to wear. I'm going to break him and win when he's ready to expose himself. That's generally what my game plan is every fight. And it's going to continue in through this fight. It's going to be a dog fight between him and I, and it's just going to be who's got the harder bite.
Can you try and put into words, what it's going to mean to you if you do get your hand raised and you get that belt wrapped around you come Saturday night? I know it's a long time coming. It's something you've been really looking forward to for a while.
Absolutely. Relief, that's for sure. That's, I believe that I've been at the top of this weight class for this promotion for a long time. And I think I've been competing against the tougher guys that this weight class has had to offer. And it's still not everyone, there's more afterwards. but for right now, that winning the title is just I can't even imagine. It's just I've come so close so many times and not had it. I'm sure there'll be a little something, growing inside of me there as soon as I win it.
Well, I'm really looking forward to Saturday night. It's going to be a great night of fights. I mean, top to bottom, it's a really great card. It's a long card, so there's a lot of fights on the night. You'll have to wait a little while before you step in front of everyone there at the Aura Arena there in Portland. I know you got some sponsors. I see the Cure Cannabis Company. I got the hat, the shirt. So
yeah.
let you go, man. Anyone you want to thank? Any sponsors you got? Floor's yours.
Yeah, well, especially I want to give Cure Cannabis, those guys. They're new to the team. That guy, he's been very generous, and I just want to welcome him on. John, shout out to you, man. You've definitely made it happen this time around. Looking forward to seeing you Saturday. Also, I want to give a shout out to CNC O'Leary Tattoo Company. I always appreciate the sponsorships they're giving me and everything that they do. The Greater Rumford Community Center out in Rumford have been clutch in this weight cut. JB and Gary up there, they've welcomed me over there to help get down some pounds that I need, a little extra technique. So I appreciate that from them. And the biggest shout out I want to give is CMBJJ. My two coaches, Jesse Erickson and Dustin Vino, have been putting in a lot of time and a lot of effort. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for everything that they have done for me. And I'm grateful for how much they continue. All the hard work they're putting in is paying off.
Awesome. Well, listen, brother, always a pleasure chatting with you. Look forward to seeing you Saturday night. We'll talk again soon.
Absolutely. Sounds cool.